your goal behind it is just you have to know how many SCVs are coming and how many Marines are coming. Like if they're 2 barracksing or not, or if they're only 1 barracksing.
Okay.
If you see, like I have another replay. We can go into this more if you want to. Or we can touch something else. But I have a replay where I played this guy. He brings like 8, 9 SCVs. And 3, 4 Marines, he's double barracksing, and it's close positions on Metalopolis, and I'm just like, I was streaming at the time, so I tell them, hey, just so you know, guys, I might be able to win this, but even if I win, I'm gonna be far behind. And I took every single drone I had, every single drone. I rallied all the lings I could possibly get, and this was just from a 14 hatch, 13 pool, which is pretty early.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not the greedy 15 hatch, 15 pool or anything. It's just kind of standard defensive play.
Okay.
And like still with that, I managed to kill all of his stuff and chase him kind of back to his base. But in the end, I had around 8, 9 drones left.
And this is when he bunkers you in your ramp and you try to fast expand.
Well, you can't let him bunker your ramp.
Oh, okay.
That's again what I'm saying there.
So if he
You just
sets
have
the
to stop
bunkers
it.
down, you're pretty much fucked in the butt.
Yep.
Okay, that's
You
good.
you pull an Hydra and be like, GG. Good call. That's as far as I've gotten to. You can try roaches, you can try banelings to break it. The fact is, you're gonna have to do either 2 baneling busts, or you're gonna have to figure out how to do it with roaches. Or it's not cost effective any way possible.
Got it.
And they'll just have banshees, and you'll be like, banshees. Which I think are the strongest Terran play against Zerg right now. It's still just some form of banshee.
Oh god.
Yep.
One thing I've been having a lot of trouble with in ZVTs is it seems like Terrans. I've only noticed this about some Terrans. It seems like they're starting to incorporate Hellions more into their play.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen that at all?
Oh yeah.
When a Terran gets like even 5 Blue Flame Hellions into their play, like the whole dynamic of how you attack changes because all of your lings can die in a heartbeat. Like they don't do anything. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the one situation where you kind of have to incorporate roaches with your lings. Just if you see any sort of mech play like that, it's kind of like you can't do the mutiling thing that you want to do. You kind of have to do just a few mutas to promote Thors.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you can do more. Like if you see them going primarily or bio after you see the Thors, then you can transition into mutiling baneling because they're not going to have that many Blue Flame Hellions, and they're not going to be consistently pumping them with their army composition. But versus just like a pure mech where they have like 10, 12, then you just need to have roaches. And again, with my whole strategy of if you don't think you can kill it, if you think they're going to be killing your natural, just run around and
yeah. And it's not even when the opponent goes pure mech. I actually really like Mech Terran because when I play versus Mech Terran, I feel like I'm playing versus Protoss, where if you do a really good fight, you kill a lot of shit, you're really ahead. Yeah. It's not like playing versus Marine. But the problem I've been running into is where people have been going heavy, like it's the typical Marine siege tank Thor army comp. But the difference is they cut a few Marines for like 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 Hellions.
I've heard it called the Natagast build, probably the most.
Oh, sure. I don't know what it's called, but
yep, I know what you mean. And again, with that sort of build, it's like how can you deal with an army that has literally every unit?
Yeah.
You kind of need an army that has every unit. You got to throw in like infestors, and you just got to play smart. That's the key.
All right.
But, I mean, that's the best I can give you is just play smart with it. Their composition isn't going to be that great just because they have too many production facilities.
Uh-huh.
Like in order to get that many Hellions, in order to get that many Marines, I mean, you're going to have, 2 factories and just like 7 barracks, and I don't know. It's not the most cost-efficient way for a Terran to play. So they're not going to have medevacs probably. If they have medevacs, then it's like, that's a lot of gas you're spending right there on those production facilities, and you just want to take a bunch of bases and, again, just worry about mobility and make sure you get burrow. So if they do Hellion harass, you can burrow. That's kind of just a little thing that I like to do.
Sure.
A lot of times I don't expect it. Like, oh, this base is empty. I'll just run back. I'm like, no, just have them all burrowed. Haha.
In your ZVP, are you a Roach Hydra Corruptor person or is it typical like 5-gate robo or whatever, or 6-gate robos?
Say it again.
Versus like the typical like lots of gateways and then robos to pump Colossus. What units did you say you use?
Mostly Roach Hydra.
Roach Hydra. You don't use any Corruptors at all?
No. And like that's stupid, Sheth. The thing with it is, okay. Well, let me rephrase this issue here. If my opponent's going and I can tell like pure Colossus,
mm-hmm.
if he has 5-6 Colossus, yes, I'm gonna make no no Hydralisks. It's gonna be all roaches and all corruptors. Excuse me.
Okay.
But the key to it, no matter what in ZVP, is once you get that 200 army, you have to have had A, enough drones with the mix to constantly be repopulating, and B, you have to attack almost instantly.
Got it.
You have to find a good area to attack. Whether it's drop shipping, whether it's attacking 2 places at once, that's fine. You're going to lose your whole army. You're kind of expecting that. Your point is to A, either stop his economy from rebuilding quickly or from growing, and B, to take out just some of his army. His army's only that great once he has 200.
Sure.
And you just can't let it get that big, or you lose. Especially if you're playing QEKK. Then you just cry.
All right.
Alright, so I did send you a ZVP replay. It probably has a few things. What opening do you normally do on ZVP?
My opening for everything has been pretty much it goes pool then hatch. Usually it's like 14 pool, 16 hatch or something like that.
Okay. Do you get gas first in ZVP before the hatch?
No, I don't know.
Okay. That's viable, like it's, as you've seen, it's something I used to do. I used to go 13 pool, and I think lately 10 pool is kind of a viable switch to every once in a while.
Okay.
But I really think it's weaker than getting gas first. I'm sure you have a lot of experience now where you have this one guy who just keeps putting a pylon at your base, keeps canceling it, rebuilding it, and you kind of have to wait for your lings to get out before you can make the hatchery, and you have 500
Yeah,
minerals.
that's kind of why I throw down the pool first. Yeah.
Yeah, and you'll even kind of figure out that the earlier you throw in the pool, the earlier you can get your hatchery.
Yep.
So the earlier you get your lings out. The point with getting pool first is, in doing this sort of same 14 pool or 14 gas, 13 pool build you do in ZVZ, is instead of having 500 minerals, you transferred maybe 150 of those minerals into just getting gas.
Okay.
And so you just have speed, and your timing for the hatchery is the same. Your economy is just about the same, because once you get that 100 gas, you just put them all back on minerals.
Okay.
And you're kind of doing almost the same build, except for you're minus that one drone that made the extractor, and you're plus zergling speed.
All right.
I always view that as a good trade. What do you think?
I don't know. I'd have to think about it. I'd have to try it out. So basically what you do is 14 gas, 13 pool. The idea is to get, as soon as your lings come out, you're basically expanding as soon as possible. What, you're expanding on 16, 17, or?
If you download this replay, I can be explaining it. Oh, watch it.
Oh, yeah. I'm checking my email. I'm not seeing it.
It's on Skype.
Oh, on Skype. Oh, sorry.
I can send an email too if you'd like.
That's all right.
Okay. Whatever is easier. For me, it was easier just right-clicking and send file. And if you had one, you could send it. We can go over that real quick too, but it's up to you. So do you want to work on this ZVP thing, or would you rather just keep going on ZVT?
ZVP is fine. I'm always going to hate ZVT, so.
Yeah, ZVT is slightly imbalanced right now. Oh no, streaming. My god. Don't. I did not say that. But I really think it's a little bit hard to do. Just slight advantage for the Terran. Because of maps and positioning.
I think it's just because of maps, positioning, units, and buildings. Aside from that.
Aside from Blizzard making this game.
I'm just kidding. Alright. Hold on, I'm finding it.
You want to know a funny fact? Apparently, the reason, in beta and everything, the way they did patch and why they kept nerfing Zerg was because, they'd hold in-house tournaments all the time in Blizzard.
Yeah.
To do their testing and everything. And so just David Kim, who's a Zerg player, would just always win them. And so Zerg needs nerfing. And that was why they nerfed it, because of just stuff like that. Other stuff I'm sure played a small role, but that was a big part of it. This was in that FXO tournament I played recently.
Man, I want.
Oh, wait, is this a Taro or Axlav?
I think it's a Taro.
I think I sent you the wrong one. Oops.
Bad replay. You lose. Really bad.
No, I don't lose.
Are you gonna go to the next LAN event?
Yep.
Oh, you will. Hold on, you're about to tell me why. Because you moved out. Good job.
Yep.
Alright, sorry.
Yeah. That's okay. 1 second, let me see if this one works. I mean, I'm sure it works, just I think I'd probably kill him really early. Yeah, I mean, this one works. We can just do it for the basic principles.
Okay.
The X-Lev game is just where the Protoss is a lot better.
Yeah,
Atero, no offense to Atero, but I don't think he could play that great of macro.
Is Axelot better than Minigun right now?
I don't play with minigun very often.
Oh.
I don't know.
Okay, just wondering.
Kiwi Kiki is better than both of them. I can tell you that.
Alright. I believe that. Cool, I see. So you've got the links going out so that your drone...
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Wait. Like, pause it and just send it back to 0-0 so we can, like, just talk about it together as opposed to, like...
Okay, yeah. I was keeping an eye. I see you did the 14 gas, 13 pool.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Like, we can go over it, like, ×2 or ×4 if you want to. Probably ×2 for the beginning, just to kind of hammer it into your head would be good.
Yeah, okay.
So just, like, let me know when you're at 0 and at faster ×2 and...
I'm at 0 faster ×2.
Alright, so usually something like 3, 2, 1, go, or just so we can.
Oh, shoot! I see. I understand. I thought you were watching it, just watching from the stream, but you're running the replay too.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Are you 0-0-0? Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Ready, set, go.
All right. My split was kind of ugly.
That's
okay. Oh yeah. Okay. You were reading the chat. I thought you were just talking.
No. Yeah, sorry, I was reading the chat.
Oh, this was the Team Liquid Open tournament. I played this guy.
Have you been doing the TSL Open qualifiers? How far have you gotten far?
I got the 5th through 8th position last week, and the week before I got to like 32nd or 64th or something.
Cool. Good for any points yet?
Yep. I'm tied for cutoff right now.
Fucking sweet.
Oh yeah. Next week I'm gonna play 2. Still can't believe I lost to the Zerg I lost to, but whatever. You played well.
Yeah, I tried.
Alright, so you saw the build, right?
Uh-huh.
14 pool, 13, and basically just I want you to just kind of watch minerals here. I go up to 15 drones. At this point, I'm just gonna stop and I'm gonna build an overlord. I've tried so many times where instead of just building that overlord, I just try and expand.
And then you get cock blocked by the probe.
Yeah, I mean that's one thing that happens and it just kind of messes up your build. So first thing I get 2 lings, get up to that 100 gas, take them off. And then, like, again, I couldn't expand at this point. Like, he's just going to be popping down pylon after pylon at this point.
Sure.
So now I just go, oh, okay. I kill that. Usually they have a pylon. I have to kill the pylon. And then right then, bam, I have 300 minerals.
Got it.
So it's a very similar timing there. And I just have the second queen. Instead of making that extra drone right there, I should just make the queen right away. But that's okay. And then I have these lings. A lot of times, if they only have 1 zealot, a lot of times you can actually kill it.
Yeah, based on how it's positioned, you can have 2 or 3 lings attacking. Yeah, I know.
And just pop in, and it's such an early timing that makes them A waste chrono boost, and B, if you micro it properly, you can kill it without losing a single ling, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, pulling lings back. This build also helps because it's been really typical for Protoss to move out with 1 zealot and 1 stalker to do that early expo harass.
Yes.
And with the ling speed here, I see you can block that kind of play.
Completely blocks it. You only have to get these like 4 lings that I have here. Like, I don't have many. They're really good just for scouting, preventing any sort of probe. Like, look, here he's attacking. I see it with those lings. I'm like, oh, okay. I can try and run in. I can stall his push for almost as long as I want to. Like, you gotta be always watching these speed lings as opposed to just regular lings, which just would die. And then, you can make up just a whole bunch of speed lings as opposed to needing any sort of roaches or anything. Even though I do get roaches here because I thought he was 4-gating me. Because, no offense, he's a Taro. That's kind of what I expected. He did that to get into this position. He 4-gated EFNAJ, JF, and TT1, so...
Have you played a TT1? Do you think he's good?
Yeah, he's very good. He's a great macro player.
Okay, makes me feel better. That's the guy that knocked me out of the last TSL Open or whatever.
Nice. Yeah, he's really good. He also played Boudoir a lot. Anyway, so then here, you just, like, see how I also get that 3rd hatchery? Not expanding at all with it, though?
I see it.
Alright, that's something that's, like, I don't need to do it, but, like, because he has this huge army here, I can just pretty safely just do that. But again,
so what's the, can we pause for a second in 3 seconds?
Sure.
3, 2, 1, pause. Okay, so now I want to ask you, because this has, like, been a huge point of contention. A lot of people say you should make a macro hatch. A lot of people say you shouldn't make a macro hatch, What's the rationale? I kind of understand it on this map, but it seems in general Zerg have mobility on the map than Protoss do. Would you agree with that, especially if you're doing a ling build? What would be the rationale between making this hatchery right here in your base and just making it in a third base position? Like, why wouldn't you take that eastern base, the expansion to the 9 o'clock or whatever?
Alright, so just now I'm